like there is lot of inner chaos within us which causes us pain, due to which we lack a sense of purpose and cohesion in our approach towards life. Everything seems scattered. We wander through life aimlessly, never reaching our goals nor maximizing our potential in the process, and like just drifting in life. And then we kind of use a lot of substances to numb our pain. Your ego wants you to work on things which are kind of easy and provides pleasure in the short run. Your intuition, that deep voice within your heart, wants you to work on things that make you lose your sense of self in the work so much. Yo guys, namaskaram. So, Debukidastak is a platform where we talk on mental health and a lot of other sensitive issues, right? So basically, the entire aim of this channel is to build a community around sensitive issues and make people feel comfortable about themselves. So basically, if you're new here, consider subscribing. Our mission is to empower you with ideas to live smartly and joyfully. The world is full of suffering, but let us increase our competence to deal with things joyfully. And just a tip, so all these are basically conversations, so I might suggest that you should watch these conversations at 1.5x. You can increase the playback speed through the button in the settings. Cheers and enjoy watching. Yo guys, namaskaram. So today's video would basically talk on a lot of fundamental things which I have kind of observed in people, like that feeling of aimlessness. So I just wanted to talk with you all in a more open spirit per se. So, like, we like to show the world how consistent and sorted we are. It's only a facade which we put on the outside. We deeply know within our own selves how inconsistent we actually are in our actions. So, our moods, thoughts, and opinions change on the go, and like they're subject to the times and the environment that we live in. So, what people consider, let's say, right and wrong in today's world, after 100 years, the metrics would have changed drastically. Or whatever we considered right and wrong 100 years ago, like right now, a lot of metrics have changed around that. Like racism can be a good example, more awareness towards the certain caste prejudices that we hold, like the metric is kind of changing right in today's time. So see, like there is lot of inner chaos within us which causes us pain, due to which we lack a sense of purpose and cohesion in our approach towards life. So everything seems scattered. We wander through life aimlessly, never reaching our goals nor maximizing our potential in the process, and like just drifting in life. And then we kind of use a lot of substances to numb our pain. It could be heavy indulgence in alcohol, heavy indulgence in weed, heavy indulgence in drugs, and a lot of other things. So Martin Luther King Jr. said that, we have a responsibility to set out to discover what we are made for, to discover our life's work, to discover what we are called to do. And after we discover that, we should set out to do it with all the strength and all the power that we can muster. And quote. So I think this life's work, which Martin Luther King Jr. talks about, is what I think comes naturally to us. So you might have seen certain tendencies in you or certain skills which you pick up quite naturally in life. So Osho talks about becoming a spiritualist materialist, and in my view, I think it's a very practical insight into life, because you work on both the fronts, your inner world as well as the outer world. So our aim should be to excel in both the worlds, seek the highest form of liberation from genuine spiritual sources which help you to outshine everyone in the material world. So the more rooted you are, let's say, in a spiritual philosophy for that matter, the more vehemently you would kind of go after your goals, after your dreams in the external world, because you are more calm and sorted within. So usually when you develop your intuition, you would see naturally in life that you are drifting towards things that are in tune with your own nature. So if you listen to that voice very closely in your heart, it would help you to guide towards your own mission in life per se. So your ego wants you to work on things which are kind of easy and provides pleasure in the short run. Your intuition, that deep voice within your heart, wants you to work on things that make you lose your sense of self in the work so much. And you see that those are mostly pursuits that are kind of hard in the short run, but you know that they would reap you genuine long term benefits. So once you develop your intuition, you would not be swayed by the voices of other people, folks telling you to follow this path for their own personal interests or personal benefits. You would become your own master. Do you feel increasingly bored in life, not wanting to pick up anything in life? You might have seen this tendency within you. Now, instead of sitting with yourself, you distract yourself with the abundant sources out there. This makes your level of distraction increase little by little in threshold, because the newer things become old. You need a new level of high in life. You might have also seen that you start becoming insecure in life because you have never stood up for your dreams. There is a difference between your ideal image of whom you wanted to be in life and who you really are currently. This makes you take a path of not learning from your mistakes, but instead fixating on your limited knowledge and assuming a sense of moral superiority in your own self. You think, like, I have lived my life this way since I was not able to achieve anything. I cannot accept that out in the public. So I would assume a sense of righteousness about my own thoughts and invest my life not learning but bringing everyone around me to my level. That's the reason why so many old people try to be morally superior when they have done jack shit in their life, like when they have not done anything of worth in their lives. And then they try to curb the youth per se. So that's the reason I think, like, a lot of people become very passive aggressive in life, generally speaking. So instead of consciously facing your problems in life, you avoid them, which makes you feel more anxious and stressed because they keep on piling up in hindsight. This soon turns into major depression and other major psychological problems because you're not connected to your deeper voice within. The thing that genuinely makes you happy and gives you a sense of purpose in life. Each human being is very unique, but, like, fundamentally, there are three things which drive most of us. The first is our uniquely coded DNA. The second is how our environment is. And the third is what choices are we taking in that environment. So don't shit on this uniqueness, use it to your advantage. So, to take an example from history, the mostly celebrated cultures in history were the ones that let humans flower their uniqueness. So we can take the ancient Athens, the Italian Renaissance, and if we compare it, like, let's say, with a total dictatorial country, let's say Stalin's Russia, all we see is that these people are just inspired by war and nothing else. They just want everyone to follow a set path of beliefs. And if someone does not do that, like, he or she should be killed or persecuted. So, like, see the long term impact of it. Even now, Russia thinks only of war instead of actively focusing on its unique spirit, which at one time produced the greatest writers of the world, like Tolstoy and Dostoevsky, are to name a few. So, I think to find your unique mission in life, go back to your childhood. Which particular subjects interested you the most, and which activities you took part in despite others criticizing you like crazy? When we are not tarnished by society and are like a clean slate, is the time our life knows the best as to what we want to do in life. So, this is what we were in childhood. Like, we were not kind of painted upon by a lot of fears. So slowly, you might have seen that as you grow up, all our fears are learned from the environment and we start losing touch with our individuality. So this is a well established scientific fact that there are just two fears within us. I think instead of following one career path, get inspired by people like Leonardo da Vinci, like, who mastered art, science, engineering, biology, architecture, and whatnot, and then he combined them in a very unique way. You should not limit yourself to one single line of path in this day and age of the internet, and in this age which is changing by the second, right? get in the top 5% of your chosen skills, which is fairly easy these days because most people lack the discipline to pursue things at length, or let's say even for 1 year with total focus time. So even if you pursue a thing for 1 year, you'll easily be in the top 5%. So combine all of these unique strengths and your weird traits, and you would be rewarded for being you. So this is just a mental thinking model. In the coming videos, I would outline the process of, finding your purpose in a step by step detailed method. So till then, stay tuned and do consider subscribing to this channel. It takes a lot of efforts. And if you do like these videos, share it across your circle. It would really help me to get the message across. Until then, this is Debashish Pindra from Debukidastak signing off. Cheers. Just a couple of updates. So my website is live now. So you can go to www.debukidastak.com. There you'll find a lot of resources. I have my blog running there. I have my reading list for the years. If you have any suggestions, comments, I'll be happy to take that feedback in and improve, because I just want to build a community which is hell smart and just always living in the world of ideas and making things happen.